Wait, did they just say you can earn 24,000 Dogecoin? Okay, before you get too excited, and before you click away thinking this is another overhyped scam, let me show you what's actually happening here. Because this new faucet, it's different. And I spent the last few hours digging into it, so you don't have to. Stick around, because what I found might actually surprise you. What's up, everyone? So today we're diving into a brand new crypto faucet called faucetworld.in, and yeah, I know what you're thinking. Another faucet? Really? Trust me, I get it. The space is flooded with these things. Most of them are either dead, broken, or just straight up waste your time for pennies. But here's the thing. This one caught my attention for a few specific reasons, and I want to walk you through everything the good, the confusing, and the stuff that made me raise an eyebrow. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how it works, whether it's worth your time, and most importantly, whether they actually pay out. So let's jump in. All right, so Faucet World operates similarly to the faucets you've probably already seen, the ones where you roll numbers, solve a CAPTCHA, and earn tiny amounts of Bitcoin or other coins. But Faucet World has an auto faucet feature, which is actually pretty cool. Basically, you just wait 1 minute, and boom, you get a small amount of crypto. Could be Dogecoin, could be something else. We'll get into the options in a second. Now, here's where things get a little weird. When you first land on the site, it shows you this number, something like 24,000 Doge. And you're like, wait, what? That's insane. Yeah, about that. It's not what you think. And honestly, this is where the confusion starts. But don't worry, I'm going to break down exactly what those numbers mean and why the site displays them like that. Before we go deeper though, if you're finding this helpful so far, do me a favor and hit that like button. It helps more people discover these kinds of breakdowns. All right, let's keep going. So, the first thing you'll want to do when you land on Faucet World is head over to the settings section. This is super important because it determines what coins you're collecting and how you're collecting them. By default, the faucet is set to Dogecoin only, but you can actually expand this. Let me show you what I mean. If you go into settings, you can add other coins like Litecoin, Solana, which, by the way, we don't even offer on our own sites yet, and Tron. You can literally pick and choose which coins you want the auto faucet to collect for you. Now, here's the catch. If you enable multiple coins, the amount you earn gets divided across all of them. So instead of getting, let's say, 100% of your earnings in Dogecoin, you'd get 25% in Doge, 25% in Litecoin, 25% in Solana, and 25% in Tron. Is that good or bad? Honestly, it depends on your strategy. If you want to diversify and collect multiple coins at once, this could work. But if you're focused on stacking one specific coin, you're better off sticking with the default. Oh, and one more thing, the CAPTCHA setting. They give you options here, but Cloudflare seems to be the best. And actually, we recently updated our own sites to use Cloudflare by default because it's just smoother. So if you're on Faucet World, I'd recommend keeping it on Cloudflare. All right, settings done. Now let's talk about the auto faucet itself. So here's where it gets interesting. Once you activate the auto faucet, you literally just leave the screen on. That's it. Every minute, it automatically claims coins for you. No clicking, no manual rolling, just passive earning. Now, I know what you're thinking. How much are we actually talking about here? Okay, so remember those big numbers we saw earlier? The 24,000 Doge? The 43 Litecoin? Yeah, those are not what you think. Here's the deal. Faucet World displays amounts in what are basically Satoshis of each coin. So when you see 24,000 Doge, it's not 24,000 whole Doge coins, it's 24,000 Satoshis of Dogecoin, which is a fraction of a fraction. I'll be real with you, it's confusing. It threw me off at first too. But once you understand the conversion, it makes more sense. Let me put in perspective. After running the auto faucet for a bit, I collected roughly less than 1 cent in USD value. So yeah, we're talking micro amounts here. But, and this is important, it's completely passive. You're not sitting there clicking. You're not solving endless CAPTCHAs manually. You just leave the tab open and let it run. All right, quick pause. If you're still with me, drop a comment below and let me know, have you tried any crypto faucets before? Did they actually pay you? Or did you waste your time? I'm genuinely curious because I've tested dozens of these things and most of them are trash. But every now and then, you find one that actually works. And speaking of which, before I show you the withdrawal proof and whether this site actually pays, make sure you're subscribed. I'm going to be testing more faucets like this, and I'll show you which ones are legit and which ones you should avoid. All right, let's talk about the earning mechanics. So Faucet World has its own internal currency called ACT. Think of it like reward points. You earn ACT through various activities on the site, and then you can convert it or use it for other features. Here's how you earn ACT. 1. The manual roll. Just like traditional faucets, you can click roll every 30 minutes and earn ACT based on the number you roll. I tested this rolled, got a number between the range, and earned 30 ACT. Not bad for a few seconds of work. 2. Offer walls. These are third-party tasks like surveys, app downloads, etc. Similar to what you'd find on other reward sites. If you have time and patience, these can boost your earnings. 3. Short links. Click through short links to earn ACT. Pretty standard stuff. 4. PTC walls. Pay to click. These are ads you click and view for a few seconds. Again, small amounts, but it adds up if you're consistent. 5. Wall game. This is similar to what we offer on our own sites. Basically a game where you complete captchas and roll to win. It's a nice little bonus if you're into that kind of thing. Now, here's where Faucet World gets a bit more advanced. They have staking. You can actually stake your ACT on the site and earn passive interest. I haven't tested this yet, but it's an option if you're planning to accumulate over time. They also have daily login streaks, social rewards, and an active raffle system. So there are multiple ways to earn beyond just the auto faucet. All right, here's the moment of truth. Does Faucet World actually pay? Because let's be honest, you can have the fanciest interface, the coolest features, and the smoothest auto faucet, but if they don't send you your coins, it's all worthless. So I did some digging. First, I checked their withdrawal history page. And here's what I found. They have 43 pages of withdrawal records. Some as recent as 10 hours ago, others from a couple weeks back. The amounts vary. Some people are withdrawing a few cents, others are pulling out $160 at a time. Now, are these massive amounts? No, but that's not the point. The point is they're paying consistently. Most of the withdrawals are going through Faucet Pay, which is a trusted platform in the faucet space. And honestly, I wish we integrated Faucet Pay on our own sites. It's just a solid, reliable service. I also checked Trustpilot to see if there were any red flags. So far, the feedback seems okay. Not perfect, but not terrible either. People are getting paid, which is the main thing. One thing I haven't done yet, I haven't personally withdrawn from Faucet World myself because I literally just joined the site while making this video. But based on the public withdrawal proofs and the community feedback, it seems legitimate. If you guys want me to run a full test like collect earnings for a week and attempt a withdrawal, let me know in the comments. If there's enough interest, I'll do a follow-up video showing exactly how much I made and whether the payout actually went through. All right, real talk for a second. If you're enjoying this breakdown and wanting to test more faucets like this, smash that like button and drop a comment below. Seriously, I read every single comment, and your feedback helps me decide what content to create next. So let me know, should I dive deeper into Faucet World, or do you want me to test other sites? Also, subscribe if you haven't already because I'm planning a whole series on crypto faucets, passive earning methods, and which platforms are actually worth your time in 2025. All right, let's wrap this up with the final features. So one of the coolest features on Faucet World is the coin swap function. Here's how it works. Let's say you've been collecting Doge coin through the auto faucet, but you'd rather have USDT Tether. You can literally swap your Doge for USDT right there on the site. Why is this useful? Because if you're like me, you probably don't want to hold 10 different coins in tiny amounts. You want to consolidate everything into one or two stable assets that you can actually withdraw. The swap feature makes that super easy. And once you've accumulated enough, you just head over to the withdrawal section, pick your coin, enter your wallet address or Faucet Pay account, and request the payout. Simple, clean, no weird hoops to jump through. Now, if you're serious about maximizing your earnings on Faucet World or any faucet, really you need to use the referral system. Here's the deal. Faucet World gives you up to 20% commission on whatever your referrals earn. So if you get 10 friends signed up and they're all running the auto faucet passively, you're earning from their activity too. Now, I'll be honest, the referral section on this site is a bit hidden. It took me a minute to find it. But once you do, you'll see your referral link, banners, and even some custom promo codes you can share. Speaking of banners, I gotta give props to Faucet World's design team. These banners are actually really well done. Clean graphics, eye-catching colors. If you're promoting this site, these banners will definitely help with conversions. And yeah, I'm going to drop my referral link in the description. If you want to try Faucet World and support the channel at the same time, feel free to use it. No pressure, just an option. Alright, so let's bring it all together. Is Faucet World worth your time? Here's my take. Pros. The auto faucet is genuinely passive. You just leave it running. Multiple earning methods, roles, offer walls, PTC, games, staking. CoinSwap feature is convenient. Withdrawal proofs look solid so far. Active community, though, as always, do your own research. Cons. The earnings are small. Like really small. We're talking fractions of a cent per minute. The number display is confusing, Satoshis versus whole coins. The site is relatively new, so long-term reliability is still TBD. My recommendation? If you're looking to stack small amounts of crypto passively and you don't mind leaving a tab open, Faucet World could be a decent addition to your routine. But don't expect to get rich. This is micro-earning. The goal is to collect a few dollars here, a few dollars there, and withdraw when you hit the minimum. Combine this with other faucets, and suddenly you're pulling in $20, $50 a month in free crypto. Not life-changing, but hey, it's free money. Alright guys, that's the full breakdown of Faucet World. If you want me to do a follow-up video where I actually test withdrawals and show you real earnings over a week or a month, let me know in the comments. Seriously, if there's demand for it, I'll do it. Also, don't forget to use the promo code. I mentioned earlier it'll give you a little bonus when you sign up. I'll put the code and the referral link in the description below. And as always, do your own research. Don't trust me. Don't trust anyone. Verify everything yourself. Check the withdrawal proofs. Test it with small amounts first. Only invest time or money that you're okay with losing. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more crypto content, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Peace.